Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Play It Up podcast. This episode is the second installment of our Best Of series and is covering all of our favourite moments from episodes 26 through to 50 part 2. So sit back, relax, we hope you enjoy, and please let us know either in the comments or send us an email at playituppodcast@gmail.com with your thoughts. Thanks. Kicking us off in episode 31, the Dual Wield podcast with Game the System, Neil tells the crew about, well, books.
It's funny you actually talk about the Red Alert music. I had to pack up. Me and my brothers-in-law had to move house for Jen's mum, and we had to put away. We had to pack up this room, which was like a book room, where it's kind of like not a library, but like the whole room was like shelf to shelf books from Jen's dad, and we're walking, like we're plugging along, just like packing away all these books, and like we're all moving at a pretty slow pace. Like we all have kids and stuff, and like the last thing you want to do on a Saturday is go around and pack up like this whole freaking room of books.
That sounds really shit.
Yeah.
I'd rather be out with Matt treasure hunting.
Exactly. So my brothers are like, oh, we've got to get pumped about this. So we've got to get into it. So they're like, what do we do to get this going? So we ended up getting there was beers anyway, but like we all cracked a beer.
It helps.
And we put I said to him, there's nothing that will pump you up more than the Red Alert theme song, like the introduction song.
Yeah.
So we chucked it on and we start chanting like books, books, books. And music on. And just start packing away and stuff. So it's really funny that you bring up that particular music.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like the biggest, nerdiest thing ever. Just a bunch of dudes listening to that song chanting books.
That's a window into Neil.
Well, I just remember as a kid, because I had it on PlayStation. I had it on PlayStation 1, which was like probably one of the shittest ports for Red Alert. Like it was way better on computer from my understanding. But I can't remember like being as pumped up, because like it starts with like there's kind of like a corridor with like these red flashing lights at start, and then there's fucking tanks and like machine guns happening, and this like really kind of like industrial kind of metal that I didn't really know much about at the time. So like it was really significant in my mind, like the introduction to Red Alert. So it's cool that you mentioned it. That's awesome.
Yeah, I can picture Neil like as a little kid doing like this wild interpretive dance while listening to it, like silos needed. Why don't you go chant about books, Neil, you nerd?
Books. You wish you were there.
I kind of do, just to laugh at you though. That's so funny.
Yeah, when you watch the show, there's no doubt that Red Alert intro song is the most hyped song. Like when he gets to it, the crowd goes off.
Oh man, I think I might put a little bit of it in the in the episode, or Dennis.
There's an idea.
Maybe after the intro or something. I'm not sure.
You could even mix in some of You could even mix in some of Neil's books.
Once you get the beat, you know where I'm saying books. Like, it was great.
Oh my God.
You were going to say, when we were packing up all the books, we found, Command and Conquer, Red Alert.
Yeah.
I thought that's where it was going.
I 100% thought that too. Just ended up with Neil chanting books with his brothers-in-law.
Yeah.
Found his penthouse collection.
Wait, these aren't books, these are magazines. Magazines.
Doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well.
It's not the same.
books, 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 books.
So, Mark tells us also something that definitely wasn't food poisoning during Boda, and also Neil's new nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah, Battle of the Arcades and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
it's really
yeah.
cool that
Another entrant
it's-
into the Battle of the Arcades.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're definitely doing that.
Maybe you'll finally be a worthy opponent, you know?
Oh, come on.
Jesus.
God, I sound like a dick, don't I?
Nah. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
it was super close last time between Netherworld and Spacies, right? It's pretty close.
Yeah, Spacies where it came second. They got a good team happening there. So yeah.
I mean, I wasn't there, so
Well,
you know.
yeah, they had a few training days and things up to Womba Way. So yeah, they did really well. So it was great to there was a couple of new players that came out, like that Leo was there, and Johnny Bond went up for him. So
Real driver.
yeah, so yeah, it was awesome.
Epic.
I think
I
it's
blame our dismal 89 performance on me being brutally hungover the second
That's
day.
right.
I couldn't play.
Oh wow.
I think we figured out that was food poisoning, did we not?
Yeah,
Yeah, it probably was.
Pretty sure that you taking like a kebab out of the fridge that you bought last night and then ate the next morning would
Yeah. That was
Have
probably
that.
a bad idea.
have that effect. Yeah.
It sounds delicious.
Delicious.
Well, when you're
I felt
hungover.
that way at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Lessons were learned.
Yeah.
Just now, or something like
50.
that.
Yeah.
50, wow.
Because he's got the whole upstairs section now as
Yep.
well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well,
I think he
So
said
we're
that.
finally getting some stuff happening in Sydney. It took us a while, but we got there in the end.
we'll call it
Nice.
the Tap and Balls Tour.
Oh,
Uh,
Neil,
I look
mate.
forward to it.
Everyone's gone. I think I love that the most.
That's the
You're back in
best.
Sean. Neil, your band mouse, right? Yeah.
you better
Oh,
be
yeah.
careful. We're going to start calling Neil Tapping Balls soon.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Stick to
thinking.
him.
Hey,
better
tapping
than
balls.
it's better than what my mate Gary calls me, which is Gobby for breaking the gob.
Oh, Bobby.
Does he call you Gobby?
Gobby.
Well, you've done it now. Everyone's going to call you Bobby.
Yeah.
Well, Gobby can be your first name. Your last name can be Tapping Balls.
In this jolly holiday special, Neil swears off mum jokes. We hear about Mikey's experience in Ultimate Denizen, and of course, the guys talk about E.T.'s dick.
No idea what was going on.
I forgot my headset. It's still upstairs. Just hang on. I'll go get it. Sorry.
You're fired.
Oh,
I don't blame you.
give us some fries, you dog.
You sound pretty good though, Dennis. You sound pretty good.
Oh, it
Yeah,
does?
and yeah, it's actually really good quality.
It
There's
is
no
good.
echo for
It is
anybody?
better. It is better with the headset. That's for sure.
Okay, good. Hang on.
Oh,
Sean, you fuckwit. Like,
hey, it's true. He always sounds good with the headset. He always has perfect
Right.
audio, mate. Sorry, Neil.
no, it's all good. Better than this blue shit in your face. Look at that. It's like a little fly or something. And what the fuck's
Looks like
going on?
looks like you're trying to suck ET's dick.
That was a good night.
That was a good night.
Yeah.
Almost there. ET phoning home. Ah.
Fingers for days.
Nope. Oh, fingers.
Oh.
Well, I'm off mum
He called you
jokes.
Elliot.
I'm off
too. He's
mum
like,
jokes, so maybe ET
"Yeah."
jokes. My new thing.
Oh,
My new bread and butter.
that's good. It's probably less offensive.
ET jokes, yeah.
So, in regards
Yeah,
to
what's the
content tonight, what's the agenda?
Neil's top 5 mum jokes of the year?
Oh,
Just while he's trying to quit, look at him. He's struggling right now.
Yep.
All the mum jokes are going through his head.
no. The best mum joke I've ever pulled was when I told Aaron that they named the 60-in-1 arcade board after his mum. That's a standout.
That's fucking awesome.
60 in one. That is so brutal.
I don't think I'll ever beat that one.
Holy shit. That's gold. That's gold.
Oh man.
Mate.
So if you don't mind, walk us through the ceremony and as the places were called. So what was going through your head while all of that was happening?
I was literally sitting there, like I heard third place get called up, and that was Michael Dott. And then Gary Eldershaw, the previous Ultimate Denizen winner, came up as second. And I was like, right, Ben Reeves has won this competition. Ben Reeves has been at all the Ultimate Denizens, and he's placed very highly every time. I saw him play a few games during the day, and he was just smashing through, just doing his thing. I was literally looking around at Ben, pointing at Ben. Johnny was sitting next to Ben, like geeing him up, ready for the big win.
Oh man, poor guy.
Yeah. And I thought it was like, because I felt like I went so averagely after the first two games, I was like, yeah, it's not me. And then then Jimmy said my name, and I was like, that's not right. It can't be me. And nah, it was like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. I was like, that's wrong. No, it's not me. Sorry, mate.
It took a couple of seconds. It was great.
I demand a recount.
It was hilarious to watch.
Yeah. And then Aaron was sitting next to me. He like grabbed me and lifted me up in the air. I'm like, holy shit. And then it all clicked, and I was like, well, yeah, all right. I won. Couldn't believe it. Yeah, couldn't believe it. It was just a crazy good feeling.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Congratulations
to the newest Ultimate Denizen.
Yeah, second one for the podcast. Yeah.
Welcome to the team, mate. We're half Ultimate now.
Yeah.
The Played Up podcast is half Ultimate. That's for advertising.
And so it will remain.
No.
So Eric got for Christmas from his uncle Pokemon Snap on the Nintendo Switch. So it's actually a game that Jen and I used to get drunk and play when we first got married. So I'm really looking forward to playing some Pokemon Go with Eric and Heidi. So
now you can get drunk with Eric and play.
Yeah, we'll get maggot with my son and hit up some Pokemon Go.
Maggot is such a filthy word. Maggot.
No, just like really excited for that family experience. not getting drunk, but playing games with Eric and enjoying that. And
Dad keeps missing the photos. He's too drunk, Mum.
It's because of his shaky hands, actually.
In episode 33, one of the greatest classic gamers in the world, Justin Elliott, talks to us about the strategies he uses to maintain composure during a difficult game, and also the number of controllers that he's used to kill screen Donkey Kong.
As long as you're like analytical about how you die and how you can be better. But the big showstopper for me was always like the mental, like how nervous you get and fatigue and all these different things. So I realized a while back, I needed to become mentally super sharp. I needed to put certain things out of my brain, when I was playing, that would just bring me down. And I just got obsessed with the whole mental aspect. And I was reading a whole bunch of crap about it. And one of the things that stood out to me was how, if you're anxious, if you get really nervous and anxious, right? The chemicals, I guess, and I'm not I don't know exactly what it is, but the chemicals, I guess, that are responsible for making you nervous and anxious are the same ones that are responsible for making you really excited. And you can trick yourself into thinking you're not nervous, you're really excited. And you can see like an athlete before a big event, some world championship, they'll be like, oh man, I'm so excited about this. This is so exciting. They're crapping their pants, but they're telling you how excited they are because they're convincing themselves that that's what it is. And so I try to do that, and I try to like be conscious of my breath and like stuff like that. I'm freaking reading about. You ever heard of Wim Hof?
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
he's a
man.
dude. Yeah, he's a dude that like he ran like a half marathon in the Arctic without a shirt, barefoot. They call him like the Iceman or something like that. And
Yeah,
he's just
they do.
yeah, like I don't know. I was like, I gotta know like what the hell's wrong
What
with
an
him.
animal.
Yeah, so I bought his book. I got it.
Not only without a shirt, but like I don't need shoes.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
an
The dude
animal.
is like, I'm like, man, if I could just like, if I could bring some of that to Donkey Kong, baby, it would be good. We'd be chilling.
Just
But yeah,
what, playing
like-
Donkey Kong without a shirt? And
Yeah, no
shoes?
shirt,
Sounds like
no
something
shoes.
Alan would do.
Yeah, we've already got one.
Yeah,
No, but
on a shower
normalizing-
chair.
Yeah, I know. He still uses that.
That's a
thing.
ventilation, bro. It's fine.
Oh god,
Well, he
But
needs
no,
it with the farts that he rips,
Yeah,
man.
all the Brian
He needs the
Allen. Yep,
ventilation.
the first big movie that he did that got him popular, I think.
And I thought like watching something like The Room would be the weirdest cult movie that I'd have to go and watch, but no, I think that's
No,
that's
dude.
up there. But
That's
Room.
entry level, Dennis.
yeah, it is. That is. That's like bronze tier. It's not gold tier at all. Fuck.
Arnold was an absolute specimen, though. He was crazy, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we already asked you about your Ray Finkel handle. There's one question left, and I just had this before. What controllers have you used to kill screen Donkey Kong with? This is an interesting one.
So keyboard. Yeah, I've used the keyboard. I have used the PS3, PS4, PS5, and I've used Guitar Hero.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I used Guitar Hero controller. I was over there and I was pressing the buttons and all this shit, and it was crazy. And I was sitting there, and the worst thing happened. I don't remember what it was though, so don't worry about it. All right. So anyway, here I am. I can't keep it. 3:30. I was losing my mind.
Oh man, it's so good.
No, I NES controller, PS3, 4, keyboard, Guitar Hero. That's probably really it. I mean, and
PS5 you said, or is that?
Yeah, that actually PS5 is really good for DK. I noticed. I didn't notice until
wow.
recently. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Would recommend.
Nice. And the Guitar Hero was probably was that the most difficult?
It wasn't as tough as you would think it was, because I kind of positioned it in a cheater sort of way. Like I had it positioned sort of like a keyboard rather than strapped to my chest. Because I could have done it like, I think I got like 400,000 doing it like an actual guitar, but like my brain, like when I'm trying to move in the directions going like this, my brain had no idea what was happening. Yeah, I would go left when I meant to go right. Like
True.
So that would take like some time to practice, but
in episode 34, Mike, Neil, and Denny get a surprise drop-in.
Control panel overlay on it. Make a little vinyl CPO. I can send that design off to Carson, and he can help me to create it and that sort of thing. And before you know it, I'll have a CPO that should like be pretty close to the original one, which is good for a cab that like you never see. So repairs
looks good.
Repairs to the coin doors. So
oh yeah,
just trying to get it so it doesn't have like lots of glare on it. Yeah, so just took everything apart, and I think these are cast aluminium or something like that. So I had to shine all those up, just like a really fine sandpaper to sand those off.
So that's the one that came from the cab.
Yeah,
mate, that looks fucking brand new.
That is cool. Yeah.
It's because it's in the dark. It's like going to the movies with me. You're really good looking in this light.
It's like if you look at my car in the rain, mate, it looks all right.
Oh shit. Oh, this bloke.
Oh, hang on.
Hey, who's that cunt?
Who's this dude?
It's nice and sunny there this morning. We can't hear you.
Probably for the best.
This is the best. This is the best you've ever sounded, Sean.
I like this.
I'm loving it.
He's got the dentist hair going on. What's happened there?
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, wow. Look at that. We can't hear you, fuckwit.
You're on mute, Sean. Unmute yourself.
Get fucked. Here I am.
Oh, what's going on,
Mike,
Cobbler?
you might like these.
Oh,
Oh,
sick. They
wow.
look smooth. Oh,
Yeah, fucking blazers, mate.
very nice.
I just
very
thought,
nice.
waiting for Michelle to blow dry her hair, girl problems.
Wild. Sweet kicks. Good to talk to you, man. That was
Cheers.
unexpected.
Yeah, I just thought I'd jump in because
Yeah.
why not mess with you? Look
Yeah.
at my little self of glory.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful.
Handhelds. Oh,
There's a missing Game Boy Advance and a Game Gear, which Game Gear is packed for the trip, and Game Boy Advance is next to me bed.
Is that a blue DMG or is that a color that's in the back there? This episode is the origin story for Neil's now famous "Where's the Beef" catch cry.
I would have made a frame for it over here, but I've just got this mindset. Like, I'm coming back. I don't want to spend money on stuff that I'm just going to have to either destroy or get rid
You'll
of.
pull it apart in the end in a few months anyway. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Neil's coming, right?
Yeah, Big D69 said that he's out at dinner and he's going to be in a minute. Apparently, he's running a bit late.
Oh, no worries. Big D69.
Fucking useless. cunt.
I was late because I was putting together a bit of a list for the best developers.
Oh, yeah, same. I had a quick run through a listy style thing. Yeah, I just made a little list on my phone. I didn't get to the Google Doc. So yeah, if you've got your own list, Denny, that's sick.
Oh
You can-
yeah, look at that, the fucking thing. Okay, I'll just refresh the page.
Yeah, you got to turn it on, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, Big
so-
D. Mouth pubes. Gross.
Hey.
That's why he was late. He was sitting there. What's the most fucked up thing I can put my name is? Oh, he does look like mouth pubes too, with that beautiful beard.
Yeah, I've got this light just so I can get all of them out. So.
Oh,
How are we going, team?
Yeah, great.
Neil, you
Where's the
never
beef?
disappoint, mate.
Where is the beef?
In my pants. I think I'm missing out on what this is. This
I don't
current
know either.
meme.
I'm just going along with it.
What's that?
Where's
Sorry.
the beef?
Where's the beef? So Evan gave me a slogan because my gamer tag
Stroganoff.
is Stroganoff.
Ah, Stroganoff. Where's the beef?
So it's like you should say, "Where's the beef?"
Stroganoff. Where's the beef?
He wants me to change my initials to WTB.
Yep.
That's the beef.
WTV.
Dude, that's actually a good idea. Where's the beef?
Feels like I
What do you-
really interrupted the podcast. Sorry, guys, but
Not really.
we were wondering where Big D was.
Yeah.
Here he is. Oh, it's great. I might be able to get there if I start doing some easy games to finish. But
Spice Girls,
what am I
maybe?
at the moment? 11, I think.
Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Spice Girls demo.
Spice.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Spice
yeah.
Girls demo. I can
You'll be
finish
the
that.
demo man.
Wait, Spice World, isn't it? Is it Spice
Spice,
World?
it is Spice World, yeah.
Be the
there we
demo
go.
man.
That's next.
Yep.
That's next. We're gonna
Beat
beat
the
it.
vi- the
Fastest
video.
time. Fastest completion.
I don't know if I could finish it because you have to just listen to their music, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, just press play and
If
You've
you
done
could
it.
find a way to do it at 1.25 speed, you'll get the world record.
Yeah,
You'll get
True,
the speed run.
yeah.
just get the MTSC version of the demo. Boom,
Spice up your
done.
life.
Yeah.
Spice up your life. Have a good time.
In episode 36, the Death by Arcade Super Special, we get a critical insight on what everyone looks like after playing video games for 23 straight hours.
You guys want to watch the
Anyway.
last video?
I would.
I'm keen.
Dennis,
Yeah, let's get to it.
Dennis. Sorry, just before, would you like to put on the last video there so that we can watch it and all get?
Oh, sorry, Aaron. Yeah. Yeah.
Like Dennis, not to
Thanks.
be rude, but when
Thanks-
you actually
thanks for
gonna put
reminding
up
me.
this video,
Yeah.
It's all right, man. It's
Yeah,
all right.
this must be the one of the strippers, surely.
It's 8:05 a.m.
Oh,
So So we went through the morning, through to lunch, evening.
This is, I think, was when I was like fucking buzzing.
Yeah. Everybody kicked it up from about 6:30.
Yeah, I agree.
In the morning.
We all kind of got our third wind by that stage.
No, absolutely, 100%.
We were peaking. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. Oh well, let's.
Yes, please, Dennis.
58 minutes to go, Mike.
Still going with tournaments. There's Aaron in the background.
Alrighty. Well.
I got nothing to say.
This video is like
an hour to go in competition until we get all the presentation stuff and then get the fuck out of here. Hey, you can get your Easter eggs, Neil.
Where's the
eggs? Fishy bashy. You don't like fishy bashy.
Oh man!
That is
the
classic.
best fucking- Oh my god! Good. This is like and here are some games. Here's a person. Yeah.
Oh my god, Dennis, I need to get a copy. I need to get a copy of that one, man.
What was great was like the first 5 seconds. Mike, what do you reckon? Fuck.
Neil can barely pronounce his own name. He's like on another planet.
Where's the chief?
I'm half asleep on the stage.
Yep.
Oh my god.
In episode 37, Tagster, Pelly, and Neil all share their kill screen journeys in one of our greatest episodes.
But yeah, okay. So this is the kill screen board, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So I could talk us through it.
No sweat at all. All right, guys. If you're ready, I'll just hit play and we'll see how we go.
All right. So the usual thing. Oh, it's frozen. Oh no, it's going. It's going. Yeah. So we got that one. It was a quick fire up. They're edging over to the left, aren't they already? Yeah. Which I wasn't happy about. And they were pretty close on the tail there. But I did a straight up jump for that hammer. So I know it takes a little bit long with the old diagonal. So I was pretty fast on it. I was just praying something was going to come down here. And it didn't.
Yeah, they weren't friendly there.
Position.
Yeah.
How they all stay up.
Yeah, I grabbed all them. I was just hovering around here. And I remembered to go down. People saying, previously, go down, try to get them to come down. So I was trying everything here just to try and break them up a little bit. This was
Oh my god!
It's like the scariest thing, and I just thought
you did the right thing though. That's a good move to jump backwards. With hammer.
I did that same move today and missed the hammer and died.
Yeah,
I mean it was just
could have easily happened.
Just a couple of pixels.
Oh.
And,
Jesus,
yeah, I was just
man.
so glad I got that hammer because it's quite easy not to get it.
I would have been worried for your mental health severely, man, if you had gotten this close again and then died.
And this is the good part.
And well, the funny thing was everybody was going grab the hammer, right?
Yeah. And you're like,
what did I do? What did I do? I jumped straight up and there's a barrel coming towards me.
I thought you were going to jump straight into that line.
Hey, if I'd have jumped diagonally, I would have died.
Oh my god! I kind of wish it happened. Sorry.
You'd have seen me still here today going.
Yeah, you wouldn't be on the episode, mate. You got to earn your kill screen to get on this bloody podcast. No,
I know. I do look. I look back over this about 3 or 4 times, right, over the last couple of weeks, and it still makes me go, "Holy shit! I've got it." It could have gone the wrong way a couple of times.
I think that was Tagster moaning in pleasure and at the end there.
Oh yes, and wouldn't you be?
Oh yeah.
After all of that, man.
Yeah.
It was a shame when I saw a message on the Brisbane arcade chat that that Tagster was getting close to this, and I think I tuned in maybe 30 seconds after he got the kill screen. I was so stoked. I really wanted to see that last rivets and just watch him pound it. It's really great rewatching it to see what went into it, because there are a couple of parts there that I'm so glad worked out.
Yeah.
So if you got it there, I can.
Yeah. Let's. Do you want to take a look at the last the rivets and see how you went?
Let's do
Obviously,
it.
we know, but I'll just share that now.
Spoilers. He made it.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it was
You
just
got-
doing the huge.
Can you guys see that now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Ray Finkel in the chat. What a legend.
Yeah, and then where's his your first level 21 springs is probably the most nervous you'll get in this game. I was like, yeah, then that guy in the middle comes, like when I was coming back down the left side, he sits right under me, and I was like, don't come up the ladder.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad. It's hovering so much, isn't it?
Oh, look at that.
And then he finally came
Oh
into
my
the
God,
and I
it's
was like,
such a relief.
and
Dude, you
normally
must have been
though-
full clench.
Caxton's comment, please be good.
Normally I'm a bit more patient grabbing the hammer because there was no one on that middle level, but I just grabbed it straight away because it's just like, just grab it.
Yeah, I didn't like that guy coming up. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
He came
good
up
choice
real
there
quick.
So nasty.
To run
Yeah,
across.
it was good. It was good that you went up there.
Oh, look at that. You're fucking scot-free.
I was a little bit annoyed with myself then because I should have got the middle hammer and got a few.
No, mate. No. I think you did the right thing.
No, because if you'd have done that, you'd have beat. Who's just above you? Somebody's above you by about 1,000, isn't there?
Probably, but yeah.
Is it Michael
Here
Edwards
it
or
is.
something?
Yeah,
Michael Edwards, right?
There's no random wild.
Didn't get the
Happy
hammer.
days.
Oh man.
Died.
Thank the
Can we hear that again? With full audio?
I don't even know what I said.
Can't believe it.
It's
I
probably a
couldn't-
mix of
I can't
about 3
believe
different sentences there.
Thank the fucking Lord or something.
After all these years of playing.
I couldn't.
Was that your
Kelly.
missus? Have you never done that?
Have you never done it before?
Yeah, Dale comes in and goes, "Have you ever done that before?"
Oh my
Oh,
And
jeez.
Matt heard that.
That's so funny. She said,
Man.
"Oh, you could sell your machines now, didn't she, Greg?" Something like that.
That was after.
Jeez, I got to.
Mate.
She had to bring you down, didn't she? Eh? Haven't you ever done that before? That's easy.
Yeah, she does it when she's.
There's Matt. He's put it in the chat there. Have you ever done that before?
Have you never done it before?
Classic.
I might have to put that
See if I
on
can
a
put
t-shirt,
it
I
on
reckon.
this webcam.
Yeah.
Oh,
there he is.
There he is.
Oh, look at that.
Monkeypox curse.
I had
Double
I
the
had-
belly.
I had my stream. I had
Even
my
wearing my
stream
shirt.
on
Jesus. Wow.
Look at that smile. Oh,
I
Can't beat that.
Where's the beef?
There's the beef.
where's the beef? He said that after he got the kill screen too. Spoilers.
Yeah, someone I clearly got a little bit caught up in the moment at the end of my game.
Oh, I love it.
I was pretty
I have
excited.
to listen to it with audio, man. I loved it.
Yeah.
Let's bring up that screen and we'll.
So the story of your kill screen.
Where are the points that you lost your lives, Neil, in your game?
I lost mine on pies on level 13, and then I lost my second life at level 17. Just trying to find out what board it was. But I can't remember what board it was, Pelly. 17-6. So that's rivets. And then I had 2 in the bag when I finished.
Yes, I did.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, double kill screen, brothers.
That was amazing.
It was really awkward because I didn't know what exactly happened, to be honest. I didn't.
Yeah.
And I was so like, after Jeff copped a shit ton of ridicule for dying on the last board, like I was really nervous. I was like, everyone's yelling at me, go
I
for
know.
bottom hammer. But
It's
I
kind of
just-
not. It's kind of still not over, is it? If you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Oh, totally. I just wanted to play it like I would play the normal boards, and I even think I fucked that up because I was so nervous. Like, but yeah, I was just like, I'm not taking bottom hammer. I don't want to die. So yeah.
There's his extra life in the bag.
Man, I
There you
think
go.
the name of this if your kill screen was a movie, it would be called Beef Stroganoff's Day Off.
Yep.
Instead of Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Fox Day Off, yeah.
Bloody playing hooky
Alright.
from work and you get a kill screen, man. Best day off ever.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
he couldn't go in and tell the guys at work, could he, the next day? That's a problem.
I told him a couple of weeks after that I got a kill screen.
Oh, smart.
Yep.
Let it cool down.
Yep.
Good call.
Take the heat off the beef.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's hook into it.
Oh, here we go. Where's the beef?
So with rivets, like I don't know about you guys, but if I can get two on the left-hand side, happy days, like with the first hammer. That's always what I try and go for. But
yeah.
Two
is a good one.
Two's
not a bad start. Got a cross ET.
That's great.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Did he cross? Oh, nice. Didn't cross that rivet.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah, that's a sweet kill.
So,
one
so,
above
yeah.
and one below is always a bit.
Yeah.
Going up. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to play it as safe as possible, and I thought staying on the hammer would be the best place to be. So
yeah,
that little
Yeah,
bastard below.
There were
came
two
over.
fireballs on either
look at
side
that,
of
though.
the
Yeah.
separation there.
Yeah, that's still a bit
If you had
iffy
one
right
come
now.
up either side.
Oh, thank God they came
And
up
that,
one way.
and that
but-
was, yeah.
Should we get the
That was
audio
it.
cranking so we can hear
Oh
his?
yeah.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
I can hear him clapping.
Yeah, that's him clapping.
I think he's about to cry. That's so
I
good,
love
man.
it.
That is so fucking
I love
good.
it.
I may have.
Slapping your face or your arm, or what are you doing?
Here he comes again. Here he comes again.
Here it comes. Yep.
That was his porn finish.
Wow.
I may have been a bit excited.
This is the best, man.
grab the something.
Yeah.
Fuck yes. Yes. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Oh, baby. Oh, what a day. What a day. Man.
What a
I need
day.
to take more time off to play fucking DK. Fuck yes. NDC. Where's the beef, baby? Where's the beef? Oh. Yes.
You definitely take the
so
prize
good.
for the best celebration.
Oh,
Sorry.
I love that you could
Carried
just
away.
go off, man,
Been a
because
long
no
time
one was
coming.
around. Were you home
Yeah,
alone?
mate. Celebrations. No, Jen was actually
Thanks
had
for
a work
tuning in,
meeting.
guys. It's
upstairs.
I want to know. I want to
Alright.
know if Jen's ever heard that before.
I don't even know where it stands. I don't care. I just wanted a kill screen so bad.
Fuck yeah, man.
Oh.
In episode 38 of the podcast, Neil Cairns demonstrates why he is the MVP for this classic episode.
The next day is a bit of a busy one. On the 20th at 10:30 a.m. at Multi-Ball Mania, which I believe is in Wynnum. They're having Multi-Ball Mania-thon.
Hey.
There you go.
What is there a
Another
pinball
pin-
place in Wynnum?
I believe
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
yeah. It opened up not
What?
very long ago. I haven't been to check it out yet, but it's
That's
meant to be
super
really
close to where I'm moving. No, I'm moving in with my parents for a bit when I get back, and that's really close to Wynnum, so that's fantastic.
Sweet. Awesome.
Oh,
That's all right. We'll have to sling him a poster.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. Also,
I'm just
on
going to
the
go
20th
in
at
there and put
midday.
it up and walk out.
Walk out again.
If you just take a left from your mum's house and then like just go down the street about a kilometer, you're pretty much there.
Hey, if you really knew, you would know that's way off.
Something's brewing here.
Oh, come on, Neil. Jeez, mate, where's the beef?
I'm glad you've kicked the habit, Neil. It's
Yeah.
so few mum jokes.
That was a very good one.
Good.
So yeah. Also,
Anyway,
Wow,
that's what I mean.
very cool.
Hmm.
Some stuff that you just wouldn't even think about, and then once you know about it, and it's quite interesting. Like, well, this person always won with 2 men left compared to their competitor, that kind of thing, or with an average of 2 men.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Numbers tickle my fancy.
And what have you been up
Yeah.
to, Sean?
yeah.
I've been
tell us.
busy with a bunch of gaming stuff. So, what came first?
Cheated.
I guess Oh, I hope so. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna continue that.
Good one.
In this Kong Off 5 recap episode, Sean, Denny, Neil, and Mikey talk highlights of the event and antics by Alan, as usual.
Fine, it's just
Okay.
getting on. Yeah, no, but doing okay otherwise. Had COVID 2 weeks ago, but over that now, just a bit of a cough left and back to real life, which is nice. Yeah, Dennis as well.
Yep.
Crazy, eh? So it's just such a normal thing now. Like, I had COVID. It's almost like, I had a cold. I know it's more serious than that, but it's way closer to that than it was like 2 years ago. If someone had COVID, you would be like, what?
What?
Stay away.
Yeah,
exactly. Man. And Neil, you're over there in your cubicle, mate. It's nice of you to join us at work.
This actually is my work setup at home. So
is it?
That's where I sit. Yeah. So you got me.
There's no pictures of me on the wall, so I thought
I've taken them down for the
actually be where you
podcast
work.
just to lower your ego a little bit. But otherwise I got my Art Sean poster up here.
That's so nice.
We'll tack it in so that everyone can get an idea of the atmosphere. We're all sitting there in it.
We should pepper in some photos and videos.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah.
Because my very good friend Danny over here is going to run in. Danny, take it away, baby. All right, boys, everyone ready to go? Let's get pumped. Here we go. Get on ready to go. All right, get on back down here. We're going right down this one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, boys!
I'll smash for
That'd be
sure.
Awesome.
I've got like listening to all the music when everyone hits the start button at once, and it's like the whole Kong noise happening. It was beautiful.
Were you in the first group, Dennis? Or the second group? Yeah.
Yes, I was. I was in group 1 against the King.
And how did you go?
As well as I possibly could. Let's put it that way. I
you lost.
Oh fuck yeah, of course I did. But it was it is on Netherworld's YouTube channel now because the VOD's transferred over from Twitch, but you can see how I went against Matt, and I think it was Danny came up and talked to me after my game and said that that's like the most nervous that he was out of all of the games in when he was watching Kong Off, because he said it was a bit touch and go, which I was not aware of playing at all. So when we started, I obviously like when like what Mikey said, when you hit player 1 and you can hear the whole resonance of like in every cab in the row, it's huge and all encompassing, and it's a little nervy, to be honest, especially in first group. I played through as well as I could, and I noticed as I was playing that the numbers were starting to thin out, and I took a couple of lives, stupid life losses early, doing stuff that I shouldn't have done, which made me play really conservative. So I just ran boards, and I kept doing that. And I think at that point, because I was running boards, my total score was moving ahead of Matt's slightly, because he was playing the play that he knows. Like Matt has his method of game, which is to maximize all of his scoring opportunities, and as such he takes a lot longer on each board, and his points don't climb as quick, but he ends up with a total score a lot higher for every spot that he's in. So I moved ahead quite a bit, and along the way I noticed that Matt was getting a little sort of animated, which is not really normal for Matt in playing in Kong Off at all. He's usually pretty composed, and I just wanted to try and do at least a tiny little bit of trying to play a head game with Matt, where I just, even if I was annoyed with something or I took a bad loss of life, I didn't want to show it, so I just sat there still and
poker face.
Yeah, and but yeah, Matt took a few life losses as well, and because I was on the right of Matt, I could see his score and his extra lives, but he couldn't see mine, and so at a couple of times, Matt was leaning over to try and look in my screen. I could see him come up in my peripherals, and I was going to go like that and try and
should have,
block him.
It's not illegal.
But yeah, but
got to dethrone the king somehow.
As it turned out, I went ahead and I ended up with about I want to say like 270 or something like that, which was respectable.
I've actually got the scores here. So you got 263, 700.
263. There you go.
Yeah.
So that was kind of good. I was happy. Like
good
my
competition score.
Yeah. My whole hope in the first round of qualifiers playing against Matt was that I just put up at least 100k. So it looked like I put up a fight. Then when
you just lay down and take it.
Yeah, I bowed out anyway. And Matt still had a game to play, and I walked around the rope and back again, and sort of said hello to everyone once I was back over the other side with everyone out. And I think it was Matt and another pair of people that were playing against each other as well. And so Matt was sitting on his own. He was on maybe 180, I think, at that point, and he didn't have any lives left. And I thought, oh wow, that's pretty crazy. Like I actually thought that he still had like one life left, because I noticed, like I was saying before, I saw him sort of get like a little frustrated in my peripherals while he was playing. I thought, Matt must have had a couple of bad boards, and I didn't realize that he didn't have any lives left. So I thought, I actually started to feel a little bad. I thought, oh man, what if he gets a wild or something like that and it takes him out? And then like,
you're too nice, Denny.
And then the king
feeling bad for your competitor
gets knocked out. Well, I don't know. I wanted it for him as well, but I wasn't going to make it easy for him either. Fuck him. I played as well as I could, and yeah. But then once I bowed out, I wasn't going to get any higher score, so I wanted him to do as well as he could, man. And yeah, just watched him play, and slowly, Matt, the way he does, he's very very practiced and calculated the way that he plays, and takes his as many scoring opportunities as he can get, and he slowly climbed up past and went on through to the next round. And yeah, he when he walked around, he was like, wow, I was really nervous that I wasn't going to get there that time. And I was like, yeah, me too. I was so scared.
Match,
but yeah,
though.
it was a hell of a match. Apparently it was good to watch, so that was nice. At least we put on a show. That was good. I didn't win.
I remember watching that, and I was cheering, like hoping for you to win. Just to, you got to love an underdog, man.
An underdog.
It would have been such an upset. I remember thinking, wow, this could actually happen.
Yeah. It's like David and Goliath, except David actually won, not Goliath. Goliath did win in this instance, Kong off, so it's not really the same metaphor. But man, it was a hell of a battle.
Dennis and Goliath.
Oh, but I reckon you would smash him in a fight. So it kind of was David and Goliath in a way. Like you would just like throw him around like a sack of potatoes. I reckon he's got.
Yeah.
So
I have no idea.
Not even he's wearing that massive belt.
I wouldn't back myself, but I'll take what I can get.
Yeah. I mean,
it's hilarious.
Danny and 271k, and nice. Shane Saul beat Aaron Rayner on 117k.
Aaron, please.
Yeah, well done, Doctor.
Yeah, definitely.
Going against Shane, that would be. I'd be nervous playing against someone like a player like the caliber of Shane. It's just I can understand it would be hard. So he did really well.
I would just try to talk to him during the play to put him off.
You're not allowed to.
He's a man of few words sometimes. At least with me in the past. So.
You'd get yellow carded, that sort of thing for the event
Oh,
now.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Tyson would lay down the law, dude. Definitely.
I like that.
Yeah. It's
I would just fart then. You can't get in trouble for farting, right?
Yep. I believe
That's
that
natural.
I believe that Alan did actually during the
Really?
Yeah, he hit the
course.
cab. Yeah, versus Pat
but-
Sylvia.
Yeah, but in that round he did. But yeah, I think the first round he dropped his guts or something.
Oh, right.
Yeah, everyone was standing around like, "Oh, what's that?" And I think someone was like, "I think it's Alan."
In this snippet of episode 41, the boys pay homage to Sean's now departed Sharkade.
My Tinder profile, if I'm ever single again, I will get the ladies.
I'm sure you don't need to worry about that, mate.
No, I don't want to. She's the one. Anyway, that's me.
You can test that when you get home and put a Donkey Kong cab in your place. Ultimate test.
Well, you know, it's going to be an upgrade. That's the good thing. When we get back, my giant Sharkade, the beast is already in my games room at my parents' place. Before we get our own place, we're moving in there.
Right. So good.
So it's going to be like, oh, don't worry, babe. I'm just putting a DK cab there. It's much smaller.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll work. Hopefully she might be able to hear me right
Upgrade.
now. So,
I wouldn't put them next to each other, mate, because like I'm pretty sure Sean's Cade will eat it overnight if you leave it over there.
Just come back and there's just a joystick and 2 buttons on the ground and the cab's gone.
Just the control panels left.
Yeah. And Sharkade's just got like a big belly.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it though. That thing is just I built it with my dad, and it's obviously way too big, but at least it's got big enough on the control panel that I can turn it into a 4-player thing, and it's got the things on the side for like pinball emulation to use as flippers. So, you know, I'm going to defend it till the day I die.
Oh no, like I understand it. Like when you built it, you weren't thinking like genuine arcade Donkey Kong kind of stuff. Like no, it's just a main machine. There's nothing wrong with it.
It's the journey that everybody takes, man. My Double Dragon cab when I bought it was those horribly, really like snappy, firm, clicky LED backlit buttons on Double Dragon.
Right.
And I made it a 6-button so I could put in Street Fighter 2 at some point, as you do when you build your first cab, and it was an LCD, so it was pretty much everything that everybody on Game to System Discord would hate. But no, I think everybody starts somewhere, and I think that the level that you're at with that monstrosity, I've seen it, and it's not a bad cab. It's just huge, like
it's just a bit big.
Before Shauno's return to Australia, he made a quick visit to the shed in Denmark. So we wanted to pay homage to our mates over the other side of the world and show you the best bits from this episode, which is Play It Up bonus episode for the shed experience.
You need more speed now. A little bit more speed. Fuck! It counts. You safe. What? Fuck yeah!
That sounds like so much fucking.
Fuck yeah!
I felt a shockwave through my back.
Fuck yeah! Oh, that was so good.
Okay.
Fucking epic.
Finally got it.
That's so good.
Thank you guys for supporting, otherwise I would have stopped so long ago. Well, you should never skate again because this was like the highlight
beautiful.
of my career.
How many years have you been doing this now, Tia?
This?
The whole shed. When you first
I already told you on the podcast.
I know, but I forgot. Hey, make sure you guys watch the podcast with Tia if you haven't already.
Wasn't the first shit like 10 years ago? I started collecting February 2008.
Okay.
And then I built the shed right after.
Right after that you built the shed because you needed somewhere to put them.
Yeah.
Right.
And the first open shed, I think it was in 10. I can find it.
Yeah.
Because the invite is still on spillemaskiner.dk.
Spillemaskiner, that's like the forum.
Yeah.
That's cool. And it was only like a few people at first, and then
it was Jacob, Thomas, and Daniel.
Nej! 3,5 til gengæld. Og det kan jeg gøre bedre.
Sådan, kig! Prøv her! Kig kvalificeret!
Just an awful lot of moisture.
Det blev så til, hvad fanden, hvad nåede klokken op på her?
Just win, baby,
In this special episode, the Play It Up team finally get together for our first episode recording in the same place, with Sean returning from Germany.
Shall we start?
Yeah, let's do it.
Happy to start. Okay, welcome to a new episode of the Play It Up podcast. A bit of a special episode today, so we're first time we're doing the podcast all together, I believe.
This
is the first one. So
all in the same room.
We've obviously done one together before you went to Germany, but now that we've got Dennis a part of the crew,
I think it was only one time, right, at Netherworld that we did it all in the same place.
Yeah.
I think a long time ago. I could be completely wrong on that. It's been too long.
Yeah, but
this is the first time the actual Play It Up podcast.
Everyone's assembled. You're in.
Yeah, I'm really hoping so.
Unless you just want to play alpine skiing. I mean, you could. It's fine too.
Anything's
better. Sorry. I've got 2 elevator actions. I'm hoping to convert one.
Okay, it's around. Right.
Convert both, man, because elevator action is shite.
I love it.
I was thinking too. I'm like, oh wow, cool, man.
I really like elevator.
I like elevator action. It's not bad.
I need to play the return. Apparently, that's quite good, but just the actual game.
I don't like elevator action returns. So.
It's too much.
Depends on the controls.
Too many sprites.
Yeah, but
the gameplay's way too fast.
16 colours. What is
What
this?
the fuck? But it's funny.
You do the best rendition of the music for the elevator action. You were so ready for that.
Yeah. It's great.
Poor Mike.
It's sax.
The groovy hands.
Wow.
But
That's
it's funny.
You just made everyone horny.
We all know what they're doing now.
If that's not a short for the podcast.
That should be the new theme song.
In other news, Mike's leaving the podcast.
And the NES is actually decent. I think so. There's got to be. I don't. Maybe it's a Little Mermaid.
There are a few franchise games that are pretty good. Aladdin, one of them. That's not bad.
Yeah, the Disney games that were on like the Mega Drive.
Mega Drive ones. Hard as sin.
Lion King as well. They actually did some of the animation work in some special way.
Oh, really?
I'm not too familiar, but
Danny Fazzacali speedruns Aladdin as well, and I watched it on his streams. And
Simple Dak.
Souvlaki strikes again.
Danny Souvlaki, you fucking legend.
See, we do mention you, Danny.
Yeah. And the Gobby brother brought you up.
Yeah, exactly.
Gobby brother.
You get around.
You can't get past. It's good.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's catchy.
Mark Bell's going to listen to this and just be like, I'm a fucking Gobby brother now. Fuck.
Yeah, and he'll be like, that's
mate,
awesome.
You've dropped a long way since this beautiful Game the System podcast. Now you're just a Gobby brother.
No, it's next here.
It is.
A bit of an interview, I suppose.
Get the list of games up. It's one of the big... What is it? How many comps do you think? It's Kongoff, Denizen. Kongoff's probably the biggest. Boda and Denizen. That's like the big 3 of the year.
I reckon.
I'd say so.
Say? Big 3 sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah. I suppose
stick with that.
It'd be hard to know, I suppose, like because like Denizen is like Netherworld, You know what I mean? Like Boda
It is.
and
It's,
Kong off
it's
brings-
quintessentially Netherworld, definitely.
Yeah. But like the
It's,
other two are like that's like
the
the
BPAC.
whole of Australia that compete in that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
But anyone can still enter.
Kongoff's very BPAC, and Battle of the Arcades is obviously it's probably more ANZAP sort of oriented because it involves the whole of the country now, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So
hell yeah.
So I kind of want to like start it off as like someone who's new to Ultimate Denizen or who haven't heard of it. So
what's an Ultimate Denizen?
What's Ultimate Denizen?
Well, me and Mike will tell you since we are on the wall. We're not the Gobby Bros, but we're the Denizen Bros.
Yep. With those lip skills, it could be.
The D Bros.
The D Bros. Oh, that doesn't sound great. Don't start that.
Episode 43 was the team's Jolly 2022 Christmas special.
Looks delicious. What is it?
It was one of the ones that we were drinking during the last record, if you can remember.
I remember there was too many gobby jokes, and that won't happen again. So sorry, listener base. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, Mark.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I-
Mum,
I-
if you're listening.
I remember in the last episode we were talking about it, and I was like, "Nah, I'm pretty sure that Mark will love it." And sure enough, Mark's like, "Yeah, it was hilarious." So,
Yeah. Oh, he loved it.
Fine. But
Loves the gobby. Fuck.
You're as bad as Neil with mum jokes.
I can't help myself, man. I got a thing for gobbies. What can I say? So this episode, I guess we're talking about. We have our. It was beautiful. I woke up. I think it was yesterday morning, 6 a.m. or a little bit before to go to work, and I sat on the toilet and I saw a message, a notification come through from Anchor, which I've never had before. I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And you have a message from Jacob Spring. And if our listeners remember, we had him on the podcast, and he's like a freaking Metal Slug legend, one of the absolute best gamers in the world, I would say, especially for retro, from Denmark.
Definitely.
It's just all around legend, and you would have actually seen him in the YouTube video that I put up recently of my trip to the shed. And there's a message from him, so we'll get into that a bit later and play the first ever audio message from a listener. And listener / guest, and we'll discuss that. He has a question for us. Couple of because
Probably not then.
in training, so I can't work from home yet.
Yep.
But we did go to Netherworld after one day there. We went
Awesome.
to Netherworld together. So
cool.
I mean, that was good. We held hands. We played games. We even kissed a little bit.
I'm glad.
I loved it. Don't get me wrong.
No, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Neil's not here to dispute it, so I can say anything. Good. Yeah, Neil is indisposed this evening, much to our disappointment, but
sure is.
We thought we'd get one out anyway, but we miss you, mate, and we love you and your mum for the first time in a long time where I actually struggle for time with gaming. Got a girlfriend, got a job. I mean, you know. Oh, what?
Whoa! What is this?
Surprise attack!
What?
No
is this?
way!
It's a Christmas miracle.
It is a Christmas miracle. It's Krampus. Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
Wow.
Merry Beefoo, fuckers.
Hello.
Oh, stroganoff.
Where's the beef?
How we going?
Oh, mate, you
Hello,
told
buddy.
us you couldn't make it just so you could surprise us.
Yeah, nice surprise entry. I love it.
Yeah.
It's
What's
a Secret
this?
Santa 69.
I thought,
There he is.
there we are.
Wow.
Boom.
Ah, there he is.
Christmas
How?
does come early for
Wow.
some.
Christmas does come.
How we
early.
going? Yeah.
And so do you. My mum said.
Yeah, she's right. I did better the second time. But yeah, she knows that.
Well, I guess we can all relate.
Well, we've heard all about what you guys got up to at Netherworld on Sean's first week, so I'd believe it.
Yeah. Oh no! Now you're here. You can tell them what about all the gobbies and.
We've got a gobby joke ban now on.
Oh, do we?
We don't, but we probably do.
In this bumper of an episode, we hear about all of Neil's favourite tax tips. You get to witness all of the horrible technical issues we've had during an episode. And also one of the greatest Facebook marketplace stories that you're ever likely to hear.
Neil.
You sound good.
Neil's all kitted up with a new headset.
Sounds good. Good size. Not bad.
Get my receipt for tax time.
Oh,
smart.
No more glowing robot penis.
Sorry?
ET's dick's gone.
ET's dick is it went home.
I miss it already.
Yeah, I do miss it a bit too.
I can get like an LED light.
We can
or
just
something
put
like
an
that.
LED
Yeah,
on
we
it.
just put it on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So within about 3 seconds, it was just me sitting here.
Oh man, that's the second time I've dropped out. I've got my fucking the laptop's hooked up to the wired internet here, and it's still dropping out. Like I don't know what's going on.
The old router might need a bit of a reset.
Yeah, I say so. And it's new as well. We've only had it for a couple of months, eh?
Oh wow, yeah, we got a brand newie just on the weekend because
What? Keep the receipt. Keep it for tax time.
For tax. Neil tax time cans.
The joys of working from home.
What a lame superhero name or
Fuck yeah.
nickname.
Neil tax time.
My friends think I'm so cool. Tax time. There's a mum joke in there somewhere.
No such thing, mate. No such thing. You're Mr.
Yeah.
Podcast. There can't be a podcast without Neil.
He went from not being able to do one because he was busy and
Yeah, he's
gave
like,
me the
I'm busy. I better do another one.
Yeah.
Well, the other one is super easy. Like it's
Yeah.
literally talking to Mark for half an hour, and then we just like
that sounds
record it and
difficult.
send it off. Like it's like
Talking
edited
about-
at the start and the front, and then we just like I send my audio to him and it's done. So
Easy.
yeah,
Oh yeah, you both record locally, eh?
yeah, we do.
Yeah, we should do that, but we don't. And I think it sounds all right.
It sounds fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Mark
I-
the bloody audio file. What a dog.
If I recorded locally, my laptop would probably catch fire, I reckon. it could not do a live stream and then also like
What an episode it'd make, though. In this episode,
shit,
Mike's
that would
laptop
be
catches
funny.
fire.
And this episode, holy shit, Mike's on fire. And there
Noise.
goes his whole collection. Ree's running around on fire.
Yep.
You could always claim a new one on tax, you know.
On tax.
like,
Ooh.
There you go.
He's got a point.
Neil burns his house down just so he can claim it on tax.
Yep. Think of the deductions, though. Classic.
You know you lose over off your shelf.
I'm going to play this game as well.
Oh boy.
Should I?
Neil.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So, last year my goals were last year I was moving house, so that took up the whole fucking year. Like not just moving house, but like
Yeah,
just
dude.
the time absorbed by like buying a new house, moving into Jen's mum, moving all of our shit here. You know, we're finally set up.
Is that a mum joke?
No,
Moving into Jen's mum?
no, we actually moved into a house for like 5 months. Is what
Sorry,
I meant.
I thought so. I just had to check.
No, it's all good. Like if I say mum, you need to check these things. So yeah, no, I was being serious.
No worries, Mikey. If you need to leave and rejoin, yeah, all good. Sorry, brother.
Whoa. I don't know what that is. Superman, Sky Jinx,
Jinx
Rad Action Pack.
Oh, sweet.
It's got a few different packs, but recently, because I was playing Moon Patrol at Netherworld trying to get the pin, which I did. That was kind of a pickup as well. I got a Moon Patrol pin, 55k. Not too hard, but it's a good challenge. And
made me want to get this on Atari. It was only a few bucks more to get it with the box.
Cool box art.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's one of my favorites. It's on my phone. The box art.
Oh wow!
Is it?
I think it's my background screen is Moon Patrol.
Yeah? Nice.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, he ain't lying. No.
Oh, that's rad, Mike.
Show is.
Can you just go to your bank app, Mike?
What?
No, all good. Just-
What's your account number?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whatever,
So it
Neil.
looks pretty cool.
Mikey's like the rest of us. None of us have got any money. Come on.
Yeah. I like in your background. There's actually like the $12
yeah.
price
It's
on it too.
It's on the front of the. That's the cover of the Atari version I have, which is really like clean cover. It's up there next to some carts that might fall over if I grab it down, but it's some super clean boxed Moon Patrol.
Nice. And the story I want to tell is this bloke. I found Child of Light, the cartridge only on Gumtree. And it's for Vita because I wanted a physical version and they didn't bring one out on the PS4 as far as I could find. But they did bring out Child of Light, the complete edition on the Vita. So I found a cartridge only on Gumtree and I asked the guy, and he was a very nice bloke. First thing I said was, "Hey mate, still available?" And he said back like the next day, "Please give me a bit of time. We have guests here and things are a bit hectic. Phil." Didn't tell me if it's still available, but I'm guessing it was a yes. I said, "Yeah, no problem. Happy to buy it when you're ready." And then he sends me a bit of a story. "Hey, Sean, I want to tell you that the Vita game has been up for a year at least. In that time, only one person asked about the game, then disappeared. You asked about it one day after another chap in WA also expressed interest. So no interest for ages, then two within 2 days. Amazing. This guy, Trent, beat you by one single day. I need to be fair and offer it to him first. He is keen, but if it doesn't work, you get the game. Sorry to hold you back, then tell you the bad news. But as I said, I've been busy as. This is the first time I've been able to sit down and check who came first and get this sorted out. Phil."
Whoa. Serious?
Yeah, I was like, "Whoa, man,
Wow.
That's intense, Phil. Wow.
Yeah, Phil, that is more than I could have hoped for, man. That's a lot of info." And then I said, "Hey, Phil, thanks for the info. No problem at all, mate. That's fair. Let me know how it goes, and I'll definitely buy it if he doesn't." He said, "I'll keep you posted." I don't know if I should go through this whole next one, man. I'll try and get through it quick. This is fucking massive. Okay, Sean, I'm not selling the game or anything else for a while.
Oh,
This is why I want to tell the story, man. It's a roller coaster. With these hacks into Medibank, my family is a member. It's a bit risky to give out our bank details. Some grub might be able to match our name with our bank account and do a bit of identity thieving. So my plan is to not give out bank details for a couple of years. I've decided to give this game away, but after I explained the reason for not selling to Stuart and offered it to him for free, gratis, nix, I heard crickets. I've messaged him tonight, and if he doesn't reply with his address so I can send the game at my expense by tomorrow night, you can have it. So when I heard that, I was like, "Oh man, I hope this guy doesn't respond. I'm getting a free game."
Yeah.
And then that was just the beginning of the message. "I sold my rooted PS Vita and my PS TV is also rooted." By rooted, he means like homebrew.
Broken.
Hacked.
Broken.
Yeah.
All right.
They're not actually broken, but like he's hacked it with
right. Okay.
like, basically custom firmware, which is the thing you can do with Vitas. I've done it to mine.
Okay.
So I sold my rooted PS Vita and my PS TV is also rooted, and believe me, I have all the games I will ever need if I ever used it. I would sell the PS TV too if I was selling stuff. This game was well hidden in the PS TV when I bought it used from a games dealer here in town. He obviously didn't know it was in there, and as a device I was not familiar with, I certainly didn't. I knew I could use the PS TV to pass through PS3 games to a TV I have in the pergola, so I never actually used any games in it, never needed to buy one either. Later, much later, I decided to root it, and that's when this game kept popping up as installed on the main screen. I was puzzled. WTF? I couldn't figure it out. I finally expected the PS TV a bit closer and found this game in a little slot, so I got the game for free, more or less. I didn't realize that you could even put Vita games in a PS TV. That's me saying that, by the way. That's a pretty cool thing that I've just found out from him. You can have it if Stuart thinks that somehow in some way this is a scam. Honestly, I don't give a flying. If it stays in a drawer, I give it away. It's not even on my backup worry list. Phil B. I said, oh, hey, mate. Oh, wow. That's a pretty interesting... Sorry?
It sounds like Phil thinks about a lot of different stuff. It's he definitely does have a physical worry list, I reckon.
Oh, yeah, I reckon.
I reckon he's actually got a list, not just yeah. Wow,
Not just
sorry.
mentally?
Yeah. Sorry, please continue. This is
I hope it's not boring.
No, this is it's great.
Interesting.
Saga.
Yeah. I said, hey, mate, oh, wow, that's a pretty interesting story, mate. If you have PayPal, I could just pay you that way or even send you cash. Totally understand not wanting to give your details out. Let me know if he gets onto you. I'll swing you my address if he doesn't. I think I'll have to get myself a PS TV too. So I didn't want to engage too much.
Yeah. Just enough to be polite, I think was good. So,
yeah, exactly. Because it was pretty interesting stuff, but it was just a lot to read.
Just offer to send old matey a check. It's how they used to do it in the old days. But
I was thinking I was going to do that. Hey,
money order, exactly.
He did have his address on the envelope, but who knows if it was real since he's paranoid about giving his details out.
Ah, that's true. Some grub might have got it.
Some grub might have done it, exactly. So he said back to that, yep, I should have waited and not give you false hope, but if you didn't know about routing the Vita/PS TV, you do now. The PS TV connects to TV via HDMI and wirelessly to PS3 controller. My wife and I used to give Angry Birds a real flogging, but lately she's more interested in crap US drama soapies.
It's amazing.
The Vita has memory in it, so hacking is straightforward. With the PS TV, there's no internal memory, so if you decide to buy a PS TV, you will need a Sony memory card just for one-time hack. Just a small 8GB one will do. The bigger ones are ridiculously expensive and can corrupt permanently without warning. Happened to me with a 64GB card that came with the PS TV. I'm going to attach a bunch of screen snapshots I took the PS TV as seen on our big screen TV today. It doesn't take up all the screen area, but it's plenty big enough. Probably 50-inch size. That's it from me, Sean. I'll write again if I need your address. Otherwise, good luck. Regarding the attached files, my memory card standard SD card has plenty of room, but there's a limit on how many games can be installed. Cheers, Phil.
Does he remember that you're trying to buy a game from him? Is that part of what's happening now?
Look,
yeah, he does, because he said, I'll write again if I need your address.
Oh, okay.
Because he's waiting to hear back from the other guy.
We've got to get this guy on. This is an episode.
Yeah,
I've got his number.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't.
I need the backstory to this.
I'm not really making fun of him. It was just a great story.
Yeah,
a great happening to tell on the podcast because he's so happy to take the time to explain things to me.
Yeah, exactly. True. What a transaction between buyer and seller. I just love the detail in it. It's it's awesome.
Yeah, there's more.
Oh, good.
Should I?
Yeah, indulge me, please.
I said back to him, yeah, I've got a Vita that I've hacked and I love it. Got lots of retro games on there too. Awesome, mate. Looking forward to seeing the photos. I hope your wife gets back into gaming and off the crap soapies. And he said, I don't know if it was the same day. It was later that night, I think. Okay, Sean, your year is starting off well. A free game that I read is much admired. All right, he must have looked it up. Not my cup of tea. Yep, wifey is in there now with the two daughters watching Revenge. What a great show. Not! I'm heading to, in capitals. I'm heading to Bunnings tomorrow morning, so I'll stop by my local Tinana post office and put this in one of those cardboardy type envelopes. That should be enough, but just standard mail, mate. Flick your address over and I will take that with me tomorrow. Phil. He's a liar. He sent it express post and it got to me the next day.
Whoa, what a legend.
He spent $8 to send me a game for free.
Good on you, Phil.
This guy's a legend, man. And so after he said that, sometimes I wasn't getting the messages, like the notifications on
Gumtree, either maybe because it's open in the background and it doesn't have the best settings. Like sometimes it just wouldn't come through.
The app is weird. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there, but I didn't see it. And then the next day at 11, sorry, mate, but you have 30 minutes before I head out. I will check here before I walk out the door. After that, it goes back in the drawer. Call me on his number if you have concerns. Cheers, Phil. And I said less than an hour later at 12. So he sent that at 11 past 11, and I sent back at 12:03. Hey, mate, sorry, my notifications didn't come through. I'll text you now. So I texted him. Those are on another phone, but basically it wasn't as long. He did try to call me as well, and I was at work, so I had to like reject his call and quickly text him my address. And then he asked like, I spelt my name wrong because I did it so fast at first with RUFLAND.
All right, yeah.
And then I texted the correction, and I could see on the envelope that he had wrote Roofland and then changed it to Ruland. I don't know. That was kind of interesting to me, but doesn't really add to the story that much.
You're just sitting there verbatim writing it out.
Yeah, exactly. So he was like, and then the next text came through, and then he wrote it out. But
yeah, yep.
But yeah, he sent it, and I was like, I mean, this sounds too good to be true and too wild. But it came through the next day, and it was just this in a pretty big envelope, and that was it. And now I just need the box for it, and I didn't even play it on the PS Vita. I played it on PS4 because it was free on PlayStation Network. But I just wanted to have a physical copy, and if it's free, or it was going to be $9, but I mean, getting the story out of it would have been worth the $9.
Man,
anyway,
that's
thank you.
Hell of a story.
That's awesome journey.
Yeah, I was just cracking up. Like I said, babe, look at this. I've sent him like one line back, and look what he sent me, and she was cracking up as well. Like,
yeah, it's really good.
Like a written out podcast, basically.
Yep. This episode, Sean and Neil do their best to talk us through their jobs in IT and an interesting game of DK at Netherworld.
Yeah, well, that's that's factual.
The password resets.
Password resets. Yeah.
We'll work on it. Yeah. We'll workshop it, and we'll come up with something much better than that rubbish.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we get.
Have you?
Oh no! We're just talking over each other, mate. The feng shui is all off.
Mark is just so much more calming to work with. You're just like a fucking scatterbrain, brother. Show's just all over the road.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't.
But it's entertaining.
That.
It's entertaining.
So
that
we do.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, well, because Mark and I are the Ghost Bros, so
that's not what I
don't
call
know
you,
what we are.
But let's go with Ghost Bros.
Oh, Gobbies.
The Gobby Brothers.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's childish.
We're
Neil.
both pretty handy in IT, so we can be the handies.
Oh,
yeah.
True. Maybe we could be the turn it off and on agains.
Yeah. Well, that's that's factual.
The password resets. You can do anything.
Speaking about having Sean in my corner, we were at Netherworld the other day.
As the other time.
Yeah, with the other Play It Up boys, Dennis Cooligan,
the Cooligan,
and Mike Edmonds.
Dennis Cooligan and Mike Edmonds. Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, lovely chaps, lovely, great guys. If you ever met them before, they're the bee's knees of the arcade scene in Brisbane.
Those blokes were all right.
Yeah.
It was painful enough to play for that long, let alone watch. But I kept coming back and watching for a few minutes, and it was really entertaining. And one of the boards you had at the end, I don't know if you were going to talk about that, or if it's okay if I do, but it made me lose my mind, man. That rivets board was one of the sickest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah. Feel free to explain it. I think you might do it
Well,
a bit more justice.
well, I have a pretty clear memory. Like it was a pretty standard board. Like it wasn't that dangerous until it got to the point where you had I think you had one rivet left, maybe, or a couple. No, you had a few left, right? So it was a fairly dangerous one still.
I think it was like the two top ones on the right were left. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and you were on the second level, so not on the ground level, like the one up from that, down the bottom, right?
Yeah.
On the
Yep.
right side, and you were on the right side of the gap between the rivets. You had already cleared that rivet, and you were trapped between two fireballs, one on the other side of the gap and one on your right, with just a small amount of space where that fireball can go back and forth between basically the barriers, because they can't fall off the platform. And you were situated perfectly where the fireball on the other side couldn't get you, but the fireball on this side, if you jumped and timed your jump properly and it didn't turn around quickly after you landed, then you were safe. And you did, was it 4 or 5 jumps?
4. Yeah, 4
And
straight jumps.
Like one of those is a highlight on its own. When someone does one of those and then escapes, it's just like, whoa. Even if you just jump a fireball and run away, that's like a mini highlight, because you just try to avoid them as much as possible. But after the second one, me and Dennis and you were kind of just like, holy shit. And then number 3 came, and then number 4, and then the fireballs kind of scattered a little bit and you had space to move, and you were like almost horizontal at that point because you were leaning closer and closer to the machine, like, oh
yeah,
fuck, I'm still alive, holy shit. And then we were all just laughing, and like kind of I screamed and Dennis was like yelling. It was like a sporting event, man. It was so fucking cool.
Yeah, I suppose I think that actually helped me kill screen. Funny enough, is like funny. Like I know it's a funny thing to say, but after that, like I kind of felt like I was just happy with whatever happened from there on in, because like I hadn't done something like that on Donkey Kong before, and just like to be in such a shit situation and coming out unscathed was just it was exhilarating. So
Man.
I think that took the pressure off the game a lot as well. Yeah.
Because
I
like
know it sounds
you
odd,
felt
but
like you should have died basically, but somehow you escaped death.
yeah,
And
I
everything
suppose
after
so.
that was a
Yeah.
bonus.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember
it
you
was a
saying
great
that
experience.
even during the game. I think you said like,
Yeah.
well, whatever happens now, I'm happy.
Yeah, it was just like I was stoked, like I pulled that off, and
Yeah.
I concur with Neil. That game was a great game. Anyway, in this episode, we talk about the design of classic Nintendo cabs. We also hear why Spectre is superior to Pac-Man. I got a blue Nintendo cab, which I'll talk about a little bit more after. But
Can I just interject and say, I think I know what you mean by a straight line Nintendo cab. I don't know if you were going to explain that at all.
I am, yes.
All right, I'll shut up. Awesome.
So the original cabinet design for the classic shaped Nintendo cabinet that we know, where it has the cutaway that leads from the top of the upper bezel retainer all the way down to around where the about maybe 50 mil above where the control panel rests, there is a cutaway, so that you which is the design that we all know, but this is the design which predated that. This was something that was created by Nintendo in 1980. I think it's their first original upright cabinet design, and it was modified because operators found that people, when they were standing around watching people play the machines, that they couldn't see because the design of the cabinet sort of prevented a bit less sort of lateral view. So I'll spin my camera around so you can see this classic design which we're mentioning, and it will provide you a little bit more example of what we're talking about. Just trying to
bring that around here. So this is the Space Demon cabinet that I was going to surprise you guys with later today, and but for explanation's sake, it's probably just easier to show you. So you can see here that the cutaway goes down to where the control panel is, and it's a lot easier for someone looking to be able to see from that angle because it cuts off the bottom, and that the angle of the monitor, because it's like a lean back sort of 40-degree angle that the monitor's installed in the cab. So if there's a bit of timber in the way and the monitors lean back inside the cabinet, you can't see if you're standing away from it. So Nintendo went with that design instead of this design.
Right. I never even knew that. I didn't ever pick up on that there was a difference.
There's a difference. So these are quite a rarity in that case. And we were lucky enough to find an operator that had hung on to their stock for so long, and I guess with time they deteriorated quite a bit. They must have been in very good condition originally, but yeah, when we picked them up, they were covered in probably about 20 years worth of dust, I think, at least.
It came out at similar times like Pac-Man with like colorful characters. So
Pac-Man's just a Spectre ripoff, man.
Oh, look, this is I really want to go down this road, but I can tell you now that Spectre is a far better created game than Pac-Man. The amount of different things that it's provided compared to Pac-Man is just.
Why aren't you wearing a Spectre shirt then?
So people ask me, "Hey, Pac-Man's really cool. That's why I wear it." Right? They're like, "Hey, yeah, I really like Pac-Man." I'm like, "Pac-Man's shit. You should play Spectre."
It's a trap.
It's just
a trap. Yeah.
Neil pulls out his other shirt and puts the Spectre shirt on.
Yeah. It's just underneath like a Spectre tattoo.
Yep. He's got a sticker on the back of the Lancer. My other car is Inspector.
No, I'll stop
gotta
there.
make one of those for Neil.
I'll stop now because, like, if you get me caught on as the comparison to Pac-Man, you're in trouble.
The rabbit hole. The next episode is one of my most favorite episodes in the whole series, and is the first joint podcast between Pressing the Points podcast and Play It Up podcast. And boy, is it one to remember. Oh, we also talk Dax Killscreen as well, which is lit.
How do you usually do your Pressing the Points intros? We get Matt to do it every time.
We're not called Pressing the Points, mate. For fuck's sake.
You could press play on the Points podcast.
Pressing the... Yeah, I don't know.
Which one's our podcast, Jeff? Ours is the Play It Up podcast, and then this is the Points.
That's right. This is the Pressing.
Pretty sure it's around the other way.
Play It Up.
Did you just call it?
Is that what it is?
Depressing?
Depressing the point.
Let's call this one Depressing It Up podcast.
Pressing the Play It Up Loud podcast.
While
Anyway,
gaming the system.
I think Dennis is the one that does the intros.
Am I?
Do you want to kick us off?
I've done one.
I've been replaced.
First.
Someone.
We all do them. We all do them.
Sean.
Mike hates it the most, I think, but he's done it. He's done a couple.
Yeah, he's good at it though. You don't know why he'd hate it. He's our professional. Well, I'm probably not good for it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not top 16. Maybe it's top 8. And
So, all right, we'll keep on that same topic. I'll ask a question
because you need to fit it into the same day too. So
Jeffrey, there's...
Oh, sorry.
Jesus.
Which one?
That saying didn't leave Tasmania.
Yeah.
The Dave Chappelle joke, that one. But...
Okay, no, not quite a bit.
So, I guess this year, like in the finals, like off the top of your head, if anyone can think of one, if not, it's all good. Is there any certain like knockout games you want to see two players go against each other that you think would be like really good matchups? So we're joining the boys here today. So I'll let you guys sort of take the reins and we'll get the ball rolling.
Beautiful.
Very good.
Very
Nice.
good. That was great.
I'm Sean.
That's Sean, by the way.
I'm Sean. To my left on my screen is Dennis, in case you didn't know Dennis.
Am I? I'm above you in my video stream.
Yeah,
that's
sounds about
okay.
right.
Yeah.
Ooh, I am a bottom.
Hi. And then to my camera left is Mr. Neil Cans. Neil, sir, how are you?
Here we are. Yeah, good, thanks.
Hey.
Yeah, fucking Brady Bunch shit going on here.
Yeah.
So in the middle
I
of
love it.
mine is young Jeffrey Sutter.
Jeff, welcome
AKA,
even him. He
AKA,
loved it so much that he's come back for a
AKA
second ago. 80s arcade kid.
North Melbourne's newest prospect.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Newest by about
Sorry, I got it wrong.
35 years.
Best shape of his life.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
thanks for inviting us into this special podcast edition.
Oh, mate.
I actually saw it at the last minute, so I wasn't actually sure what
was going on.
What was going on, but I'm here and I've
Another
got bells
Dolly.
on, and I've got my let's go.
Hey,
he's got a full bottle of
Ooh,
Jacks there, bro.
And
Jeez,
it's
you could kill someone with that bottle, mate.
and it's also our inaugural run through with Mr. Danny Fazacali, because Danny actually hasn't been with us on the Play It Up podcast before. So Danny, thank you. Long time listener, first time caller.
That's me, Mr. Souvlaki himself. As Neil
I
likes
was
to
going
call
to
me for a
say,
little bit of a
who's this
flashback on the
Fazacali?
podcast. As a curly, Souvlaki, you name it.
So we've got over the space of the last few days, there's been a lot of things that have happened in the world of Donkey Kong here, and back on the 3rd, so that was 2 days ago now, right? Danny,
I'll just take over here because I like to think that I instigated
classic.
everything.
Please, Jeff, please go for it.
I'd like to think
Jeff,
that
would you like to take over, mate?
I'm taking the reins here. So
Got
you see what happened is
in dad
bloody
mode.
AFL players, mate. They're cocky.
What happened is I decided that I'd do a little AKO Twitch stream where I'd run a kill screen and then go for 1,000,000 points. And somehow this kicked everybody along, and everybody started playing Donkey Kong.
It did. It was all because of Jeff.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Taking credit. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So what happened, Danny?
I wasn't even going to think about playing all weekend. Then I saw Jeff play, and I was just like, "Holy shit, this guy, could have been playing for North Melbourne at one point, bruv. And look what he's doing with himself."
80s arcade inspiration.
Yeah, it's right. So I thought, well, wow, that's really inspiring. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to knuckle down, and I'm just going to play some Donkey Kong on Sunday.
Fucking right.
Had a bit of a crack on Saturday, but it just wasn't going. I was, ended up getting pretty lit on the Friday night. Surprise, surprise.
I'm going to interject. So my wife heard you say I was getting lit, and she immediately thought of the drug connotation in that phrase. As most people
it's true.
do. Now I want to understand, when you say I was getting lit, do you actually mean you were partaking in some, beverages, or were
just
you...
beverages?
Okay, right.
Beverages with a little bit of crack cocaine sprinkled on top.
Expensive down
clarification.
Like, because the missus works on Sunday, I was like, well, when she goes to work, I'm just going to jump on because I've got nothing else to do. So I think I started streaming about, 10:30-ish. That's Hobart or Sydney time. Not much really happened. I had one sort of game that wasn't too bad, which was like 438,000. And then I was just like, I'm just gonna, keep playing and see how we go. And then come round and started the game off. Shitty start as usual. So I actually lost a man on 4-3. So I was like, usually I just reset and be like, oh fuck it, I'm not gonna. This got no chance if you're getting a PB. But I was like, for some reason I was like, oh, I'm just gonna play it out because
Nice.
practice XYZ. And I think I've got it here because I've got that spreadsheet thing that Zelnia made up, which is kind of cool. I didn't know you did that when you got a
Bloody what's the name? Yeah.
yeah. And then next death was first death was 4-3 at 79,400. The second death was then at the rivets or 7-6 on and at 2,228,900. So up there, I was like, I sort of justify, like, as long as I haven't lost all my men, like, see if I can get like halfway through. And I think I even asked Dennis, like, oh, do you know what boards like a quarter of the way through and something like that, just so I could get a gauge of, exactly which boards what, because I only know the halfway point. Then, what was it? Got to 13.5 and, lost my last man. I was at, 496,300. So I'm sort of thinking,
Wow.
try, I'm happy if I get like 500,000 or something. It's all, still good practice or whatever. And then, sort of kept on rolling on. I'm obviously just thinking like, I'm going to get fucked by RNG here at any stage. This is not going the distance. It's not like with my skill level, I'm like, it's not possible to survive that long with nerves and stuff going on. So I think it got around to about the end of board 17, and like, up until then I was pretty sort of, getting in on the chat and stuff. There was a few things like that where 100% if like the fireballs had gone a different route, I probably would have been in a position where I wouldn't have been able to escape. I know there was like one pies level where I was pretty much thinking, I'm trapped down the bottom, and I'm not fucking getting anywhere near even that second level or potentially near the top. And they sort of just did that little bit of dispersion where you can sort of get up. And I was like, so
RNG, that's the key.
That's the key.
But I think it is. It's a combination of, you've got to get a couple of lucky breaks in a game. You got to not make those common mistakes where you go, there's no way I should have died there. It was just my fault. So if you get a no my fault game, you get those couple of lucky breaks where you need them in terms of RNG, and you play consistency. That's kind of, they all add up to the game that you want.
Wait, turn up.
Tubby, come on, show up.
I'd love Tubby I'd love to meet the guy, dude. I just want to meet him. He's my age. He's like kinfolk.
Is Tubby actually El Burro?
No.
Who knows? I don't know who El Burro is.
No one
if he'll
knows.
make an appearance.
No one knows who El Burro is. It's a
Tubby
mystery.
and Crazy Fox won't be there. I think they're the only two Australians that won't be there. Out of the kill screen. So what's that?
It's disappointing.
Brian Allen. Did that come through?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be 12.
So he was definitely the 17th. So he was the.
In this episode, I get a great new nickname. We hear a little about Subculture Cafe, Cold Drip Coffee, and we also talk about everybody's video game interactions with people at work.
Episode of the Play It Up podcast. I'm your host, Neil Cairns, and I'm here with Dennis Edmonds. I was thinking of a new nickname for you, actually, Dennis. So Dennis Double Dragon Edmonds would be Quad D Edmonds, because there's
Quad
Dennis double, which means like times 2, and Dragon Quad D Edmonds. So
wow.
how are you going today, Dennis?
What up, Quad D?
What up?
I'm great, thank you.
Yeah, well, he loves it. He loves it.
It's so dumb. I love it. I'm crying.
And also joining us, we have Mike Coolican.
Hi there.
Yeah. So we should probably start, Mike. We have a new sponsor of the podcast.
We do.
Do you want to give us a little heads up on that?
100%, yeah. So myself and Ree, we've been running the Subculture Cold Drip business for over a year now. So yeah, a year and 2 months, right about. And yeah, we're now happy to say that we're going to be the sponsor of the podcast, Subculture Cold Drip Coffee.
Wow.
That's the new news in terms of those sorts of things. Film Culture Cafe now sponsors the Play It Up podcast.
Yeah. Well, we're all addicted to it, so I know like Jen and I love it. It saves us from going down the road to get our morning coffee, especially when we're at home. So, and obviously Dennis and Sean also enjoy the coffee that you produce. So
I do partake. Yes, I do.
Yeah, there's nothing like Mike's fluid, that's for sure. So.
It's the best.
So a quick wrap up, or a quick what we're doing.
Yep.
He's still got his original PS1 and PS2.
Get him hooked, Mikey.
Yeah,
Get
he's
him on it.
already there. He's already there. He loves it. He's PSP mad as well. And
cool.
It was weird to meet someone from your work who was into the very strange niche hobby that you were also into.
It hasn't happened with me yet. Yeah, everybody's into camping and fishing and BCFing. No one's into no one's into arcades or anything as much.
I've got this guy at work called Sean, and he's really passionate, but fuck me, he just massive Tetris nerd. So.
Okay, one of those guys. Yeah. Collects pink PSPs and stuff. He's kind of weird.
I just shake my head at him like, righto, buddy. Yeah. This is coming from a guy who plays Spectre all night.
This episode, we're joined by the always lovely Mr. Adam Newton to talk all things pinball and a few other surprises as well. Have some juicy bits for everyone soon, though. Would be really good. So
I do love your juicy bits, mate.
Thanks, mate. We're at the time of recording, we're 4 weeks out from BPAC, which is pretty darn exciting, and I think that we've got a really great event, particularly for arcade this year as well. That there's a lot of strong stuff that is like, I'm so excited to wait till it gets announced because it's going to be amazing, and I think pinball is also no exception. That I'd love to be able to provide details, but yeah, we're not allowed to provide anything that's going to be a spoiler. We'll get in trouble. So, because just in case people do listen to this, we might get told off, and then I'll have to blame it on Neil.
Yeah.
But
I think only my mum listens, so she doesn't know anyone in the community. So.
Except Neil.
Hey, come on, man! Neil's not even here. Supposed to be making jokes at his expense, not mine.
Classic.
That is kind of like a superhero. He's got like full body lycra, and it's all orangey brown, and it's got a toilet roll as his as his symbol, and he stands there as a superhero. And
that's amazing.
I call him Captain Toilet.
Captain Toilet.
And he's just terrible. And it doesn't matter because he's Captain Toilet. Very low expectations for that kind of a superhero. Very few people are like, oh my God, there's a burning building. We need Captain Toilet. We don't need Captain Toilet. We don't need that guy.
He's like, it sounds like a really cool name for a plumbing company.
That's amazing.
And the logo, Captain Toilet?
Yeah, man, definitely.
Awesome.
I can see it on the side of a van, a plumber's van, for sure.
Fuck yeah.
When I was a kid, there was a van around and also a number in the phone book, and it was a free number, a 1-800 number, and the guy, his business name was the Poo Man.
Yep.
And I would just go to when there was phone boxes around, I would just call him.
Just ring the Poo Man.
Just go, hey, can you pull the shit out of my toilet? And he was Irish. So he'd just be like, oh, you little bastard. Fuck off. I was like, I mean, how am I not going to call you every time I can? And it's a free number.
Oh, wow.
Did it develop eventually into a relationship where you're like, hey, man, it's been a while. Are you okay?
Yeah, how you been?
No one's hassling you now.
How's business?
Eventually, it's got to be like that, right?
It probably would have. He was always angry. And then the relationship stopped because I called a different plumber. It was a free number, and I said the same thing. Oh, can you pull the shit out of my toilet? And she said, honey, I've got your number, and I'm going to pull the shit out of you. Called me back a week later or something and spoke to my parents, and I'd just got in big trouble, and I never did it again because I was fucking shit scared. She got me good.
Calls gone wrong.
Yeah.
Did they? And eventually they set up that appointment for her to sort your
Yep.
plumbing out? Or?
Many years later, she followed through.
I did shit myself though, so I didn't need any plumbing. It was in my pants. I was scared.
Wow.
When she said that too, I was like, "Oh my god, she turned the tables on me. What do I do?"
Wow, prophecy fulfilled.
I've never got this far before, and I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
That's all right. We're used to it from you pinball guys. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you were a nice bloke.
us versus them.
Sorely mistaken, and we're cancelling the episode. We're not actually going to publish it.
Great, good, excellent.
Yep.
That was my intention the whole.
Didn't
the whole
want to be
time.
on it anyway.
Before we go, should we guess Neil's favorite pinball games as well? So everyone else did the rounds.
Yeah, we should.
Neil would,
Actually, there was a game I forgot to mention before you mentioned that. I love playing Neil's mum.
Boom!
I'm so sorry, Neil.
Everyone loves
That's
playing
it.
that though. You know.
This is the rule. This is the podcast rule, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't see it coming. Actually, I thought
Yeah,
you.
I didn't. I actually, yeah.
You had the serious look on your face.
That was well played indeed.
Thank you.
In this AKO6 recap episode, we hear about Neil Cairns' induction to the ANZAP Hall of Fame. Congrats again, Neil. We also hear about my tie with Mr. Sean Tagg in Kongoff qualifiers. And yeah, we talk about just a few other general things in the event.
Oh, pretty pumped about that.
Us.
Us. Yeah, but yeah, Phil could sit on that stage in the middle of the arcades and still commentate. On Kongoff.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect. And then like the scissor lift behind it, it doesn't stop that from happening because the scissor lift is much higher. So
should we talk about something important before we roll into the rest of the events? If that's cool. I'd like to acknowledge one of us getting an ANZAP award for their induction for being an amazing fucking human being. A world record setting son of a bitch. Neil, congratulations. You're an amazing man.
Yeah, thanks, Dennis.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Mate.
Oh, standing ovation. Look at that.
Oh no, I'm not wearing pants.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, yeah. Now the show's getting started.
Classic.
No, it was
so good.
I was a bit lost for. Well, I wasn't lost for words. I was rambling a bit too much when I got up there, but yeah.
Really? I was actually hoping for an extra 30 odd seconds out of you, Neil, because
yeah,
it was
wasn't long enough.
Yeah, I wanted more.
Yeah, I was I started to choke up a bit, to be honest. So I think I called it quits. But yeah, kind of getting the award, especially I was talking about setting live records and stuff and how much goes into those and like how much support you get in regards to them. Like Dennis and JB sat down there for 3 days watching me do Ghosts and Goblins, and you know, Jimmy and John McNeil at the start helping me with streams and TG, and yeah, there's just heaps of people. Like I can go on forever, but like Mark Bell gave me his board so I can set Ghosts and Goblins, and like I knew him from the community and talking to him online. So for someone to like send me $1,000 board, you know,
it's pretty rad.
Up from Sydney is just, you know, crazy. So yeah, no, it was very
That's what Gobby bros do for each other.
yeah. It was a really cool experience, and yeah, it's such an honor. So yeah, thanks guys.
Yeah, it was fantastic. For all of our listeners, ANZAP is an organisation that is an acronym for the Australian New Zealand Arcade Pinball Community, and that we celebrate the achievements of the people in our community and their contributions towards video gaming culture and pinball culture in Australia and New Zealand. So Neil was recognised as making a significant contribution to the scene here in Australia and New Zealand, and this was recognised with an induction into the ANZAP Hall of Fame. So the first of us in Play It Up podcast, and incredibly well deserved. And yeah, I was very proud to see mate of mine get that level of recognition, and yeah, it was. I understand you feeling like you're a little choked up, like even with Boner sitting there with his arm around me, whispering things about Nibbler in my ear. I was still so happy to watch you to watch, and it was great.
Yeah, it was a really special moment, and to get inducted with Michael Kibbe as well. So he's done a fair bit in the community with his Donkey Kong skills. I think he's reached the rank D of Donkey Kong for the what is it, Crazy Kong, Donkey Kong 3, Donkey Kong Jr., and Donkey Kong.
Yep.
And then he also had the world record for Nibbler on MAME and arcade actually. So absolute beast of a player. So
yeah. Huge competitor in the is it the Olympics online?
The Olympics.
And like the games they play and the level of competition in that is it's pretty intense. So he's a very talented, accomplished person in his in whatever games he chooses to play. One of those talented people that you just can't stand because he's just so naturally talented. The rest of us have to work for it.
Yeah, definitely.
What a bastard.
For me to talk about straight up, that we had the first tie in Kong off history. My game versus Tagster. I think we were at about 298, 300 or around about there.
I think it might have been 289, 300.
Oh, was it 280? Okay,
Doesn't matter.
That's okay. Whatever. Yeah.
Something with those digits.
Yeah. Yeah. It was close to 300, but not quite. First game. It was a very nervous first game for me. I had a lot of anxiety going into that comp. I was on cab 1, so I was right at the end of the row, and it was very, very distracting being at the end of the Kong row with the other competition starting and the other players milling around and that sort of stuff, and they're in your peripherals the whole time. Making a racket, doing weird stuff, and all the noises and stuff. It made me really anxious. My first 2 deaths were just I don't even remember. But I didn't play anywhere near as well as I did the previous day where I got to where I did. So I was upset. I think my deaths were I had a barrel go under my hammer on barrels.
Those are the worst.
I fell through a rivet hole. Another one.
I did that twice in qualifying.
I kicked a pie, and in the end, I died by walking into a spring. So those 4 deaths were like just the 4 worst ways that you can die. And so
I think they are the 4 worst, man.
So I walked off, just I'd say stormed off, probably just disappointed with myself. I had to go outside, and I saw Neil and told him the score, and he's like, it was very reassuring of you, Neil. Say, look, the contest isn't over yet. Don't doubt yourself. And that I think at that point, Taxer, who I was playing against, still had to catch up with us, and I was like, nah, Taxer's a great player. He's got this in the bag. I'm just waiting for my own extinction. And so I walked back in anyway, and I was just milling around where the classic arcade cabs were, and just sitting against Hellfire, just watching Tagster over my shoulder, because I didn't want to stand right there in his peripherals so he could see me in the bezel. I feel like it's a bit cheap. I didn't want to do that. But yeah, I heard everyone was getting really excited towards the end of the when Tagster actually finished his game, which I didn't know at that point, but everyone's like, oh, it's getting close. And then everyone just made this really weird noise. And I was standing there, and it was like a gasp, and then someone went, I was like, what the fuck just happened? And I walked over, and Tax is just sitting there laughing, while he gets up, he turns around, he's like, you wouldn't fucking believe it. And and I was like, congratulations, man, good game. I'm sure that you got me. He's like, no, we drew. Yep. I was like, fuck off, we fucking draw. He's like, no, look at the And so I looked at my score and I looked at his. And
Look at it. Look at it.
I had to do a double take. Like, that's the same score. And yeah, so we're both just standing there, just commiserating each other like, oh boy, what happens now?
It's literally like a 1 in a million chance of that happening. There's ridiculous.
There's no point in buying
coincidence.
lotto. There's no point in buying lotto tickets now. All my karma's been spent on fucking tying it Kong off. But, yeah, we weren't really sure what to do, and I think everyone's like, "You're gonna have to replay it." And then Jimmy came up and it's like, "Yeah, you guys have to play again." So we didn't really waste any time.
Even thought about that. Hey,
Yeah,
like,
why would you? It just
yeah. You wouldn't
when's that
think
going to
would ever
happen? So
maybe next time they'll do like all right, level 5 or level 3 comp to decide it. But I kind of like that you have to play again.
I kind of like the fact that it was like it was completely done again, and that we had to shoot it out one more time because I feel like it would be unfair in a way to. I mean, like, it's probably never going to happen again. Like
No,
no way.
We won't have to worry about it. But yeah, it would suck if it changed like to like a first man death or something, because that completely changes the game that you're playing.
Yeah,
it does. It does. Yeah,
so
that's true.
we played that out, and I sort of just did my strat of running boards and just tried to run as fast as I could, because my strat was that I know that the difficulty timer scales up the longer that you're on a board, and so I wanted to get my ass off of these boards as quickly as I could and just collect bonus timer points and get through it as quickly as I can, and that was my strat. It kind of worked. Like, I think I ended up getting maybe 60 or 70k ahead of Tagster by the time I was all men out, which was around about the 400 mark from memory. I can't remember. It was all a blur, but yeah. And then Tagster came pretty close, but didn't quite get there, and so that was it. And I was into the next round. So that was very exciting, guys. Yourselves, Neil, Sean, how did you guys go?
You go, Neil.
Yeah, I was actually that pie board. I accidentally ran to the right too soon and let one of the fireballs come out on the right hand side instead of the left.
Yeah. I feel that.
Anyway, I was running out of time and none of them were going up, so I had to run hard to the left, and I jumped a fireball and a pie at the same time.
Yes, you did.
And then I jumped again to evade the fireball again, and was lucky enough that another pie didn't come through. And the next moment, I don't know what took over my body, but I stood up and screamed at the top of my lungs, "Where's the beef?" Because it was fucking clutch. There was 0 on the timer. I had to do it, and it worked. I couldn't believe it. Yeah,
it was an amazing move. I didn't even know it was possible.
Could have been
jump a fireball up there.
An almost yellow card incident for Neil. Where's the beef cans?
Yeah,
huge.
I actually knew at the time like that I fucked up when I sat back down. I was like, if I said, like, if I've put Shane off it in any way, I'm more than happy to forfeit the match.
Well,
so, yeah,
what a way to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't have to at the end. I bombed out at 360, and yeah, Shane was already there. So yeah, that was my Kong off experience.
49.5.
Yeah.
Worked out well, didn't it?
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
Good
Yeah.
timing.
Fantastic.
I didn't want to cut us off early. I thought you guys were going to keep going, but either way,
It's an hour. We've been talking for an hour, and it's not short or anything, so it's fine. Anyway, we can cut here, and we'll do a whip around when we catch up with the other guys, and we'll tack it all together.
Beautiful.
Sounds good.
I've heard that before, Dennis. It's not small. It's fine. I know the truth, mate.
Are we talking about podcast episodes or?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. What?
Okay.
Yeah. Brilliant idea, Dennis. Good work. Good idea.
Okay.
All
Watch
right,
this. Watch this space. In episode 50, part 2, the last episode that we're covering in this amazing Play It Up podcast speedrun episode, our guests from Pressing the Points podcast, Danny Fazakali and Matthew Tecchio, talk about AKO6. We talk in a little detail about how the GoldenEye comp went with the last BPAC. We talk about somebody's recent kill screen, won't spoil who, and we also get to see the effect of Matt Tecchio having his McDonald's at the start of the episode versus him falling asleep at the end. Hope you enjoy. Sure that Geff would have something to say, but he's decided that
he's too scared.
Because Neil beat him.
Yeah.
He can't say he can't face the music.
Got him.
Yeah.
I can't
He
say
deal with
anything because
another chase down.
I skipped out on the last one, and I'm sorry.
You got
Well,
vetoed, sir. It's different.
I had a better offer on the table. So, you can welcome
Podcast
everyone
radio.
to the wrong podcast if you want. No.
No.
Did you say me go, Neil, or did you want to
Yeah,
go?
brother. No, you do it.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Hello, you absolute legends. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Play It Up podcast. This is episode 50, part 2. It is the 30th of July. And coming to you from Brisbane, frickin' Tasmania, and Melbourne. What part of Tasmania, Dak? I just think of it as all the one place.
Well, it kind of is. I'm from Glenorchy, which is pretty close to Hobart. I must say that a lot of friends and family have quite enjoyed your pronunciation at the Mario Kart comp. Exactly. That's me.
Exactly, that's good. That's
a
start of a
classic.
good song. Yeah. Tasmanian, best rapper in Tasmania.
That's right.
A winner of Mario Kart, boys. Anyway,
Classic.
We've got Dennis. How are you, mate?
Hello. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me on this episode.
Oh, that's all right.
You're welcome.
On your own podcast.
It's not mine.
How you going, Neil? Stroganoff?
Yeah, good man. Yeah, good to be here, and yeah, looking forward to the episode with the Pressing the Points boys.
Yeah, excellent. We've got Des from Pressing the Points podcast, Danny Fazakali, and Matthew Tecchio, Teccachino. How's it going?
That makes me happy.
Oh, is there other people in the room?
Yeah, I was going to say, who's that?
Yeah, there's a picture of my family just down there. But
Well, Matt's still on an endorphin rush off his recently consumed McDonald's. That's why he's in such a good mood. But he will seem crash by the end.
yes, yes, I peak early.
Sounds like a new podcast name.
Peaking early.
Peaking early. Oh boy.
It's just like all my Donkey Kong games. They always have such great starts.
They finish very quickly.
Yes. Abruptly at the end. Yes. Always seem to miss my target.
always disappoints.
Yeah, disappointing. Miss my target. It's a shit show.
Oh wow!
Well, at least you know what to expect.
Well, for the first place, which looked absolutely killer. So
Yep, Ultimate Punch logo with which is Fistman. And so yeah, Fistman this year was like doing like the metal sign and had like a mullet on the back of his hand, and yeah, it was really good.
I thought that's what they called you, Danny.
Fistman.
that was back in high school, mate. Classic.
That's what Neil's mum calls you, right?
Almost a full podcast.
Not even. Who ran and managed the comp was sensational, mate, and it made it a pleasure. And yeah,
100%. And I think also it really opens up that console side of things, for future events. Like you sort of think, well,
Tony Hawk's comp.
Yeah, and you could, there's so many other mini comps that you can have, which I think we're starting to realize a bit more. Like, when you talk to people, it's like, if we could have like a mini comp for this, you can have a mini comp for that, and people will likely get amongst it. You can have a little, like a speed run demo and things like that.
Yeah,
because we've got a lot of time to fill. There's some days where there's not much going on. Like if you organise it in advance, you could really make it something that's not just classic arcade and pinball related, because classic console gaming's probably bigger than it's ever been.
It's classic.
And it is classic, and people obviously received that comp really well, and I think it's going to be something that people are going to be really keen to go, compete in against next year. And it was absolutely amazing job, mate. So congratulations on doing all that, and absolute legend.
Gonna have to throw it in and say I'm not in a position to play, and because also at the same time I've got to turn up and touch cabs where other people are playing, and I'm going to make someone else sick. And then I went, fuck all them. I went, fuck Vijab. What happened is I fell asleep and I woke up at about 3:30 and I went, these drugs are pretty good. Like, these drugs are pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I may be only like 45, 50%, but the drugs are enough to get me to be able to play.
Yeah.
Is that when you heard Aaron say, yeah, man, they're pretty damn good?
Well, he was downstairs making them. He had some beakers and a Bunsen burner, and I don't know what he put in there.
Classic.
But, he made me some DK juice. It was a great combination. So I won't lie. The entire day of the finals, I felt like shit. And when I say I felt like shit, I really felt like shit. So you know how Donkey Kong's that kind of game where you got to fucking concentrate, right? Like you got to. I couldn't, and it's no excuse for me losing, because I still think Barra had a good strat, which was get the fuck out of the start. Yeah, my strat was I'm gonna fucking push 120% the entire way, and if it had paid off, that's great, but it didn't, right? That's a choice I made, so that ownership is on me. You'll see that I died a lot right at the start. Once I got out of the start, I was fine, right? Because I can play the game. But there was a way I lost all my lives, I think, and I was on level 3, and I said to myself, well, what are you going to do here, right? Like, you could just finish this board and like try and get a kill screen like a chump. Or you can be like a stubborn prick like you are, and you can double down and you can continue to push this level 3 and continue to push every level. And I said, well, what am I if I'm not a man committed to, what I plan to set out to do? And that's not the way to win a competition. It's probably not even the way to win your life, to double down on bad decisions. But I did it, and I have no regrets. So I didn't win, but at least I stuck to the strategy I had, and at least I didn't lose all my lives in the start. Well, I did, but you know what I mean? Like, at least I didn't bomb out in the start. Like, some people have gone to the US and bombed out on the first level, So
what the? I suppose just we've probably exhausted our Kong, but obviously recently a big momentous occasion for our young friend Dennis Edmonds. Got the kill screen monkey off your back. I believe was that last weekend, was it, or was it during the week?
It was this Friday, I think, that I did it. Thank you, by the way. It was just it was a few days ago, and I was sitting down to try and just get some games in and stay fresh after playing Kong off, and then I got a good start and just kept going, and eventually somehow I got some good ong, and DK didn't get me, despite my best efforts in the end of the match, by the way, I might add. Oh man. It's funny, like the last part of the game, the rational thought process was there, but the rational thought process was wrong. It was really bad. So, great game. Even Phil Day couldn't stop me from finishing that game, which was good. Watch that for a little more context. But it was really great, and thank you for mentioning it. I really appreciate it, and it's so nice to be able to join all you folks in a very elite list of amazing people who can actually play this game till it can't play you back. It's cool.
And I think anyone that goes back to watch it, if you watch it with the the chat replay going. The chat was on point. I went back and watched it, and all the big hitters were in there. And I think you make mention of questionable decision making. When I think whenever you see someone like Barra or Matt or Justin, if they have a right interesting choice, like
that means WTF.
I think that's what I said. Yes.
But I think I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it in a few of my ones, and whenever I'm watching someone play, if you're there, Matt, it's always if you see interesting choice, especially if it's like your rivets or pies, it's like you've done something that's like Alan-esque,
It's not that. Look, the thing with Donkey Kong is you can make choices that don't look like they're like logically they're not the right choices, but DK is not a logical game, so sometimes those illogical choices work out. So
it was purely on instinct, that last level 21. As a side note to the agenda that we've got, sorry. I jumped across to try and grab the hammer because I thought that would be the safer play with two. I had left side locked off, 3 on the left, 2 on the right still in play. And when I jumped across, I had one on the top level next to Kong and another one at the level below where the last rivet is that you have to go down and pop. So when I jumped across, immediately the tater on the right came up and the one above where Kong is came down. So they were both on the same level. Immediately after I jumped across to go and get the hammer, I thought, the safest thing I can do is get the hammer here. I don't care if I just get one of them. Even if I put one of them out of play, I can still it's easy sailing for me and I can go on to level 22. Didn't work like that. And it was a little bit scrappy at the end, and I was just lucky that it worked out the way that it did because I got one to climb at the last second and I managed to sneak through, and oh boy, it could have ended up so much worse. Man, it was, not the best decision, but at the time, to spur of the moment, worked out. I did it, and yes, far out.
Fuck yeah!
I was pretty happy. I was pretty happy in the end.
It
was good. Yes! I think I controlled myself well at the end.
This podcast is 100% kill screener.
It is. It is
probably
now.
Maybe the first ever podcast with 5 kill screeners in it. Maybe.
Sorry, everyone.
I don't know. It's a new world record.
Killing it up.
Record.
Killing it up.
But I thought, definitely worthwhile bringing up, and anyone that knows Dennis, or I'm sure a lot of people that watch the podcast would be obviously aware of Danny's grinding and things like that. So it was one of those really good. I think for everyone, it's always a feel good moment whenever any of us sort of accomplish a goal type thing. But that was a really good sort of feel good one. I don't know why he didn't cry, but that's probably reserved for the real tough guys.
It is, but maybe the next one, or if I go for the mill one day, I can hold it in to
he's holding it all in still until that moment. What do you mean when? What do you mean when? Can you stop lying to us?
Maybe.
Can you just say it's
maybe.
happening next week? I'm going to be playing.
It's not happening. I just I can't Kong right now. There's too much Kong. So I'm going off to a different game for a little bit to get my breathing space, and I might go back to it.
Junior.
Justin actually said that to me.
That's disgusting.
So when are you playing Junior? And I'm like, what's the matter with you? That was
what a legend. He's a what makes the community. I think anytime, boys, like I love getting on here and having a bit of a laugh and catching up. So if you ever get desperate, don't hesitate to reach out.
Will do.
Whenever I'm desperate, first thing I think of is where's Dak?
Not wrong. Classic.
Dak from down south.
Lee.
Look, mate, it's Lee, not Lee.
Wow.
Good times.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
How about yourself, Matt, too?
Yes. How you feeling, Matt?
You're the first person I think of, too, when I'm desperate, yes. How am I feeling? I'm a bit tired. I could actually go with a nap right about now, to be quite honest.
Nice. Little
maybe
siesta on a Sunday.
if I have a little nap now and then I do a little bit of schoolwork, maybe I could get a game in later tonight.
I like the sound of that.
Whoa.
Probably not, though.
Don't tease me like that. Wow.
I'm gonna
anyways
stream. I'll probably stream in a little bit
Ooh,
Oh,
I
hello.
can't sleep then. There you go.
On a cab.
Oh, on a cab. Oh,
On a
Yeah,
cab.
in the cab downstairs. Yeah, we'll give
On
it a shot.
cab. All right.
hot.
Let's do it then. Give us something to do.
Nice
Yeah,
one.
might see us in there, eh?
All right, sounds
Yeah.
good, buddy.
Bye. Thanks for
All right.
watching.
Thanks
See
for
ya.
watching.
Thanks for
Bye
listening
for
and watching,
now.
everybody.